Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone today? Testing, sound check. I think I'm okay. Just make sure the volume is correct. Yeah, I think it's all right. If there's any problems, let me know. All right, so I'm back in London. What a wild week it's been. Yeah, can rest a little bit now. Kind of can zen. I can zen. Uh, So yeah, let's have a look. Let's quickly have a look. I'm not going to have a long stream today, so I'm just going to quickly look at the charts, go through things quickly. Let me just do what I normally do. Let me check the volume. There is one thing I wanted to do actually. All right, so we're putting a little bit of volume here at these highs now. Can you see the volume? It's a little bit of volume here. The most important level, I think, in this range now is the previous high. The previous all-time high is really important. So I think what we don't want to do is come on back underneath the previous all-time high. You can mark that off. Let's call it SR flip. Actually, let's just call it previous all-time high. I think that's a really important level now. And obviously we've got the previous all-time high from the previous market, but that's back in the value area. So we're just going to ignore that. I think in the context of this range, this high is really important. You can see there was a little front run here of that high here. And it's snapped up and it's basically come down to test almost like an SR flip. And now we're consolidating above a previous high. So consolidation above a previous high in price discovery is bullish. This is bullish. That's kind of what we want to see. What we don't want to see is this. Yeah, it would still be bullish, but it'd be a different kind of bullish. It'd be a grind up, slowly grinding up bullish, rather than what we want to see now is a little bit of consolidation and continuation. What we want to see is higher prices as quickly as possible. Let's get into the higher prices now. Potentially when you look at this range as well, so something to bear in mind just looking at it. So these volume levels are fine. It's going to be quite difficult to do volume now because we've left this range. Leaving a range doesn't mean we're not in a range. It just means we've left one range and we're just trying to form another range. That's what it means. So there are different ways of doing this. You can do it from the pivot at the low. You can see actually that we've left this volume area as well. So there's no help there. Or if we have we do a channel, basically on this pivot here. See, so that's our channel, and it's actually quite a nice channel. Oh, got someone at the door. Who's at the door? Let me see who is at the door. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Someone was at the door. All right, so I think we have a channel here, and you can see that's the previous all-time high. It's not too bad actually, because you've got the 50% midpoint basically. There is a little bit of respect here at the midpoint. So like that. Let's start like this. Okay. So what I'm suggesting is we've gone from this range here and now we're in a new range. This is a new range. That's what I'm suggesting right now. And the midpoint would be about 91,000. Just a kind of nice, easy horizontal channel. I've cloned this one, just taken it up one to the next level. So because we're in price discovery, we have to see where we get a good reaction. And then this one. So this was Lucky Ape's idea. I mean, technically it's still valid. Technically. But this would become more valid. Like you wouldn't short this. No one's going to be shorting this. Right? But if you lose the previous all-time high, then you might get some shorts coming in. And if you change market structure here, then it could start to look bearish. Okay, that's kind of what you'd be thinking if it was bearish. I think it's also possible that that will be a really nice buy the dip opportunity. So I'm not necessarily thinking just because we have a pullback below the previous all-time high that it's going to go down. I really think we're bullish now because this is a really nice bullish break. We have volume. We're consolidating above the previous high. I have no reason to think that this is going down. But it's just good to kind of consider these things. You have to see a sign of weakness. I think the first sign of weakness in this context would be to lose the previous all-time high. Nice back test for resistance. And then you'll start getting people short. Otherwise, I don't see why we don't push up to the midpoint here. That's about 91k. And then when I have my extended fib targets based on my Elliott waves, what numbers was I coming up with before? Let me have a look. I can't remember which one it was that I did. W. Get rid of some of these things. It's amazing how this one actually worked, huh? Remember this? When I drew this out on my X? How amazing was that? So I'm just wondering, how did I come up with this? Where does the impulse begin? That's the question. That's 1, 2 extended there. Yeah, that was good because it gave us that target there at 1.618. That was correct. So we've broken there. The 2 brings us to 95k. So it's slightly above this midpoint that I've drawn. Let me draw this down a bit. See what that gives. No. I'm not sure what I'm thinking. Actually, let me go to the higher time frame. Let me just redo this again because I'm not 100%. The other thing you can do is these other higher time frame channels. So where are they? See this one? That's not my channel, that's someone else's channel. Pull that up. What's that one? Look at that GAN fan actually. No, don't like it. Get rid of these. This is interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, this is clearly impulsive, so maybe that was the 1, 2, 3. Maybe we're in the 3 now. It's always a question, where does the impulse begin? I think this is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you just got a really small 2, and then we're in the 3. So I'm just cleaning my charts up a bit. I've got a lot of trash. That was nice. Look at that. Let's go to the higher time frame. No, I'm not crazy about this channel. It's not. It wasn't even my channel, so I'm not fond of it. I like wicks. I do like wicks. And I don't like them to be so steep either. I'm not fond of steep channels. I like nice shallow ones. There you go. I prefer that one. That's a nice one. Okay. Just put these in their own group and channels. Let me have a look at. Let me have a look at the order flow as well. Oh, look at that! Look at that bullish divergence there. Look at this range, yeah. Look at the CVD going down, and the price is going up. You see that? So we are getting liquidations at the highs, but it doesn't matter because look, the CVD is going down, the price is going up. We're getting a lot of bullish absorption in the price. See that? Across this whole range. People with shorts, with tight stops are getting hammered. They're getting destroyed. So you can't really have a tight stop because it's going to get quite volatile in price discovery. There's no volume, and so the price moves quite far in a short period of time. But you can see the CVDs going down. You can see the price is actually trending up. So I would say that we're getting bullish absorption. Yeah, look at that. Look at CVD. Look at the price. Let me have a look at so we have got single prints, and I think honestly if we do get a pullback, you really want to get in on the single prints. There's a buying tail there and there's a single print here, so it's quite low though. 75510. 75510, that would be the first kind of buying opportunity, and then lower down 75170. So 75510 and 75170. You have a look at that. Yeah, so all of this is good because what you have with this candle here is the formation of a single print, 75510 and 75170. I think it probably will go down to test that area. I don't see why it doesn't go down to pick up some more liquidity off these single prints. And actually what I can do is I can update these. Yeah. Get rid of all of these now. Let me have a look if there's any more single prints. Oh yeah, look. They're quite far down. They're really far down. So I'm not really expecting the price to go down to fill these single prints. They're much further down, because then you'd have to lose the previous all-time high. It'd be underneath the previous all-time high. Potentially we'll go down to the single print and come back up over the weekend, or just go up. Just give me a second. So what's interesting about the previous bull market, it was here when we took the all-time high, wasn't it? Right there. So what I wanted to do is, I'll just hide these for a second. I wanted to have a look at the volume here. That was the break here, the break. And actually, look, we left the value area much sooner. There was no back test. And then, did the value change? The value area, did it move? No, not really. See that? The price goes up, the value area kind of just stays. Then it comes up a little bit. And then all the way up to the all-time high. That's when you got some really, this you get some really big volume here. So that topped out, huh? When you got suddenly got some big volume, it started to top out. You see that? That's when it topped out, that volume. And on the way up, when you look at this is the weekly time frame, even up to that big candle there, the value area was just moving. The price came back to back test this value area, but by then it was much further below the price. So it was kind of moving up with it, but it never really came back to it. And then finally what happened was it pushed up, and then it moved up, and then you get some big volume in, and you see how the value area high it just keeps on coming up and up and up. So that's the kind of sign, that's a bit of a sign when the value area comes up and up and up. It just chases the price until the price finally comes back into the value area. A bit of volume. Yeah. See how it came in and it couldn't get back up. So I think we're going to we should really expand away from it. We should get a little bit of an impulsive move to the upside now, because we've had a nice back test. We had a good consolidation above the value area. Yeah. Let's just do this again. Hold on. Right, let me just do this again. I just want to see on a slightly higher time frame. Maybe I'll go to the index. I've already got it. $91K, 91.5. How did that correspond with my previous channel? $91K. I think 91K is our target for this move. The reason why is this is the Bybit chart. I've just kind of cloned I've cloned this horizontal channel. The midpoint's there. The bottom of the channel's there. I've just cloned it up, and you see the midpoint comes at about 91K there. That's 91k. So I've just cloned it. It's just an easy way of just creating ranges based on previous ranges, right? So I think we'll get a reaction at 91k. And then when I look at my index, I've got an extension. So just based on this fib, based on this pivot here to this pivot to this pivot. No, that's not the one. My bad. Based on this one, the 2 to the 3 to the 4. See that? So based on this pivot here, that's the COVID low. That's the last bull market high. And that's the bear market low. See that? And then I've done a fib extension on that. And that gives me 91.5. See, 91.5. That's the 618. All right. So I think our target is 91k. And I think we should get a good reaction from that level. That's the closest kind of real confluence I can see. If I show you like this, it'll be better. I'll just show you on the index. So the channel that I drew was like this. There's a horizontal channel. Okay. And then I cloned it. Hold on a sec. So we have a 618. So basically I've got this clone channel, the midpoint of this clone channel, it kind of lines up with the 618. The 618 is on this, is from here, from this pivot to that pivot to this pivot. Okay, and the 618 comes at 91k. Up to there. Now, I'm not saying it can't go higher, but remember we're in price discovery and we're looking for good areas for the price to find resistance. The best resistance in price discovery is some kind of horizontal confluence. Yeah, and for me, this is quite good. They line up quite nicely, roughly about 91k, somewhere between 91, 91 and a half. And if I do a fib time as well, maybe I can get some more depth. No, see if we've passed it. Fib time, so there is no fib time on that. So probably we'll get a reaction, but probably we're continuing. I imagine we are continuing. But that would be a good place to find a reaction, right? So let's just keep a track of that. 91. Keep that in your mind. 91k. Let me have a look at this impulse on a local time scale. Where does the impulse begin? Probably here. Yeah, we're in a 3 wave now. We have to count the waves. I think the impulse began here. At this pivot low here. Just because I can count 5 waves, 3 waves, 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correction, and then we've impulsed again. Right. We'll have to keep an eye on this. All right. That's kind of Bitcoin. I think it's just consolidating above a previous level. And I just don't want us to go below the previous high, and then, you know, it's not bearish, it's bullish. The best entries here, I think, is the single print which I marked out, and on the local price action, doing little volume areas, you know, anywhere near the value area low would be a good entry, to be honest with you. Maybe anywhere near the value area low would be a good entry if people are looking to catch the dip, buy the dip. TRVL is pumping, and look at that, 12, 13%, 12%. Look. Look at the daily time frame. Today, these last two, we had a nice reversal pattern here. 3 green candles. Yesterday closed above that previous level. See that? Closed, back test up. Very, very bullish reversal pattern here. And, you know, Bitcoin is bullish, so you buy the dips on these tokens. Yesterday I did a video on TRVL. Was that right? TRVL, buy the dips. So, I mean, I'm not kidding, am I? I said buy the dips. You buy the dips, and you're already up 12%. You know, 12 price is 12% higher, just because someone is listening and they're buying the dips. So, with an illiquid token like this, the only way to position in is to buy the dips. Yeah, because that's when you're gonna. Otherwise, you buy and the price moves too much, and you get filled badly. So, like, if someone's trying to buy now, they're gonna push the price higher. So you have to wait for the dips. But yeah, that's it's good to see. You know, like, we don't want TRVL. We want to make a higher high, and to make a higher high, we have to put in a higher low. Maybe this is the higher low. If we get continuation, we're kind of coming above this midpoint on this channel now. See that? This is on Bybit. There's a little midpoint which we found resistance, and we're right back into it. So that's quite bullish price action. If we can kind of like consolidate, we've got a major pivot, a time pivot coming in. I kind of want us to fall on support on the time pivot. I don't want us to be into resistance on the time pivot. I want us to pull back into support. So otherwise, yeah, the project is bullish, and if you want updates for Dtravel and TRVL, you can get all of that on their X platform. What is this? Survival kit. That's funny. There's a recap here. Look, October recap. When was that? That was the 6th of November. Haven't looked at that. But have a look at the recap. There should be an update today as well. This is a monthly update. There should be a weekly update today. There is some really exciting news coming next week, I think. And I think that's going to cause the price. That's going to cause that's a really nice marketing event next week. And it should cause the price to continue going up. Yeah. So the timing is correct. We're in the bull market. Bitcoin is going to all-time highs. We're showing bullishness. The dips are being bought. You see, this is the weekly time frame. right now it's looking quite nice, isn't it? The structure is looking quite nice. It looks like we found support there. We found break, back test, continuation, and all we need to do now is to continue. So structurally, this is looking very nice at the moment for higher prices. We need more volume, but at the moment, look, we're getting a little bit more volume on this weekly time frame. When I look at the volume of all this red volume, I'm like shocked that the volume has dropped so much. So I don't know if people who sold are going to buy back in, or they're just going to FOMO back in much higher. Other than that, when you look at my charts, you see TRVL is up 23% against Airbnb. Yeah. So when you get these pullbacks, they're opportunities, really. I mean, there's no trading between TRVL and Airbnb. But look, we're up against Airbnb 23%. Like, I would suggest that we're more bullish than Airbnb. It's actually quite nice, this chart. Because even though I've got the value area, you can see here these candles, we've kind of had a little bit of a range there, and look, we're back into that range. That's what it looks like. We're kind of back into that range. So that's how the price moves. It moves from range to range. Here you can see underneath the point of control, we came underneath it for a little bit and we got rejected. That's a rejection. Not only did we get rejected, we went right, we skipped this part, this whole middle part, we skipped it, and now we're in this slightly higher part. What we want to do now is we want to get into this much higher part, all the way up to there. And then obviously what we really want to do is take out this high. Which high do we want to take? This one. This is the high that we want to take out. If we take out that high, it's going to start looking extremely bullish, because we would have taken out that high, put in a higher high on this higher time frame. Higher high. That would be a lower high, lower low. If we take that out, that'd be really bullish. So I think it's looking quite good. With TRVL, you have to wait for the pullbacks to buy the dips. So it's always a good idea to buy the dips when Bitcoin is pulling back. So we were in this a little bit of like a pattern here, weren't we? It kind of fell down, and this is looking, on this time scale, it's looking like a V shape. It looks like a little bit of a V shape formed there. It's quite bullish price action, but obviously, and also getting back into this little mini range is quite bullish. This is actually looking quite impulsive, actually. Just looking at it. It's looking quite impulsive. So I am wondering if we've started to impulse again. Okay. Look. Ooh. Oh, I'm yawning. I'm actually really tired. I might have to end my stream earlier. That. I had an EW count, which I was kind of contemplating here. Could that be it? Yeah, I think it could be, huh? It could be it. Something like that. Potentially that's like a flat corrective move. It's quite flat. After you have your first 5-wave impulse there, it's a bit of a running flat. And this looks quite impulsive, so I think I'd like to see it go all the way up to 10 cents. Let's see. So we're counting waves. This looks quite impulsive. So I want to see if this impulse continues over the weekend. Look. Bam, bam. There's a little bit of volume coming in there. Interested to see how that plays out. What else did I want to have a look at? I'm not going to fade on it. Voigt is looking really good. I did a video yesterday on Voigt. So I've been doing videos on Voigt a lot. Usually when people ask. Oops, shit. This is it. Like, VAI about to pump. Wait. What's interesting is they actually announced something today. So, I mean, I have no idea what they're doing. I have no contact with the project. Want to utilize your VAI? Learn how to get and stake Voigt on Mexi. Oh, I can stake it. I didn't know that. That's cool. I might have to send it to them to Mexi and stake it. 16.45%. That's really nice. So let's have a quick look at it now. It's really impulsive. Look, it's really quite impulsive. And I was talking about this in my video yesterday about how we have a really nice bullish reaction with a nice swing failure. Right time, right place. This could be a really nice move now. It's looking quite good so far. I'd like to see more volume. As always, I always say that. On the weekly time frame, this looks like a really nice candle, you know, swing failure of the lows, a bullish engulf. That's a really nice bullish candle, bullish engulfing. After this correction, double ABC and a five wave correction to form a higher time frame, WXY. Yeah, this could be it. This could be the move that we were waiting for. So at the moment we have good signs. I like a really good vibe on this. And as long as Bitcoin is strong, and then when I say strong, I mean as long as it's bullish market structure, then technically, then what you would be doing on altcoins is buying the dips, right? We do want to take out these. Which high do we want to take out? Lower low, lower high, lower low. So the confirmation here would be to take out this high here. That's the high to take out. That's what we want. That's, if you're a bull, that's the aim. That's the target here. Take out the high. That's a higher high, higher low, market structure change. That's what we want to see. Higher high. We need to take out that high after we've taken out this low. See? So you go from lower low, lower high. Why is that the lower high? Because then we go and take out this low. That becomes your lower high, and now we want to go and take out the lower high to put in a higher high, higher low, and then market structure change. Okay, that's once you get that, we've broken this downtrend, and we're going to start uptrending. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking for on Voigt. L3. So I've been looking at L3 as well. I said L3 looked like a really bullish consolidation. And it's interesting because Bitcoin was pulling back a lot and L3 was just going sideways. If you look at this range going back to August, September, it's just going sideways, isn't it? After it launched, it's just going sideways. And there's a good consolidation, good accumulation. It obviously hasn't gone up at the right time when I wanted it to go up, as you can see. So these are just ideas. They're not always correct. Potentially, there's something going on here. Potentially, not sure. But we want to start seeing impulsive price action, right? So I want to see impulsive price action to take out the high. I'll keep on updating that. All right, so this is quite interesting. You see we're back into the golden pocket, so technically not a good place to buy, but we can flip this golden pocket, then actually we're probably going up much higher. Let me have a look at the volume as well. This is really interesting. We've just left the value area high. Do you see that? It's quite interesting. So that's kind of, that's a bit of, it's showing a little bit of strength, isn't it? Takes the value area high. It's kind of what you want to see. You want to see it's gone into the golden pocket, but it's taken the value area high. So this could grind up or we could impulse up. But this is looking quite good at the moment. Again, what you want to do is you want to buy the dips. I'm buying the dips. There isn't really much more to say. I'm still kind of aiming for this. I like this accumulation range. I like it. I like that we're leaving the value area high. And I wouldn't mind if we can go up to 17 cents. It's at the moment it's trading at 6.5 cents. So that's L3. Nothing much to report, to be honest with you. PLS. Let's have a look at PLS. So PLS is pulse chain. Really, the chart to use on PLS. I'm using this one on MEX, but this only shows you MEX volume when it was launched on MEX. The chart to use for PLS is going to be on Dex Screener. Let's have a look. This is the one, PLSX, and then you're going to use the one with nearly $1 million worth of volume, and liquidity has to be 50.6 million. So it's quite a highly liquid token. I'm really bullish on this. I'm really bullish on PLX. Shit, what did I do? I mean, you can almost argue that I'm bullish. You can say I'm always bullish on everything. Okay. Well, look, this is quite interesting. So I drew this out. I did a full analysis on PLX before, and I drew this out, and look, it's come into my level. Really nice WXY, really nice corrective ABC, zigzag. How far did it get? Not as far as I wanted. So it did. The golden pocket was front run. Okay. The timing was good. Getting some bullish impulsive reaction here. It looks good, 5 waves, corrective wave, ABC or WXY. It's looking quite good. So let me just delete these now. How far did it get? Almost got to the 1-to-1. You see that red candle? That's actually where the impulse begins. So this was a little bit of a, it got fake. This was a little premature pump. This is actually where it begins because it made a lower low. It's like there, isn't it? So maybe this is slightly different. It's like a fake pump and then a real pump. Maybe not that. Anyway, this is kind of where the impulse begins because we take out the low, but you see it's quite impulsive. That could be the first wave, and we're counting waves now, aren't we? That's the first wave into the point of control. Let me just update the volume. Yeah. So we've just crossed, we're into the point of control. We're trying to get past it, but you can see there's a little bit of resistance here, and it also corresponds with the 236. So I think this is looking quite good. I think a lot of tokens are kind of still trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah, everything's different in this market. If I go back to the PLS on MEXC, this might be an easier chart to map, as long as you know the situ position in the waves. This actually put in a higher high here, so it's slightly different to the one I showed you. It looks like that looks like an ABC like that. That was your wave one, but I don't think so, because on the other chart it actually put in a lower low there. But anyway, we're above the point of control. That's quite bullish to see. So I'm quite bullish on PLS. Anyway, that's kind of it. It's a really short session. I'm pretty exhausted actually. These are the ones I was going to look at. There's a lot of tokens pulling back. There's a lot of tokens pushing up. And generally speaking, look at the tokens that are red and look for entries on the red tokens. Yeah. So like right now, you can see Quanex. We're getting really nice, potentially for a really nice entry. Yeah, these are the opportunities to buy on the pullbacks when it's red. That's kind of what you're looking for. You're looking to buy when it's red. But you see this one's already pumped a little bit. There are some tokens that haven't actually pumped. And they're looking to pull back into to find liquidity. And so then you can get good opportunities to buy. Try not to chase the pump, you know, or just dollar cost average in and keep on accumulating. But there's a lot of tokens that are looking like, let me have a look at this fetch. Well, I have to have a look at fetch next time, because this doesn't look right. But I'm not going to do it now. Maybe we can get a weekend pump. I don't see why we don't get a weekend pump. This is like the first weekend after Bitcoin has taken the all-time high. Are you guys not expecting a weekend pump? We're going to pump this weekend. We have to pump this weekend. Yeah. Let's get a weekend pump. Yeah. I'm kind of expecting a really big weekend pump, right? So why not? BTC is just taking the all-time high. We're consolidating above the previous all-time high. We've been in a consolidation range since March. We've broken up. The news is bullish. America has a new president. He's won the House. He's won the Senate. He's got the majority. He's got the popular vote. There's no uncertainty now. There's a certain uncertainty is what brings the markets down. And when you have certainty, the markets go up. And what's interesting is that Tesla is pumping. Look at that Tesla. Gap, gap, gap. Lots of gaps. Tesla's doing well, so I've been scaling into Tesla. Same reason why someone would be scaling into Bitcoin, to be honest with you. This has been consolidating since the last bull market, and finally we're getting some really bullish price action on Tesla. Look, this is really bullish. This last week has been really bullish price action. Smashing through the value area high. Haven't had a pullback yet, but we're getting a really nice bullish impulsive price action, aiming, definitely going for the all-time high. This looks like it's going for the all-time high, and so when you look at Tesla, it looks like something like that, doesn't it? Kind of similar to Bitcoin, little breakout. So in my mind, I'm aiming for about $870 on Tesla, and I'm just accumulating. I'm just buying some every day. Just dollar cost averaging in to my target, and then take a good take profit. Hit my target, take profit. I think that there will be a big take profit at the all-time high, so that might be the first place, but I might be looking for higher. All right, good stream. Sorry it hasn't been long, but I'm a bit exhausted. Just got back from the States today. I did want to have a look at a token for someone who posted on my comments yesterday, but I'm not going to do it right now. I probably need to take some time to do it. This is it. DMTR. DMTR. Let's just quickly have a look at it. Dimitra. Never heard of it. It's up 3x. No, 30x. It's up a lot. It's up a lot from last year. It was all the way down there, a third of a cent, and now it's at 12 cents. Market cap is 58 million. Trust wallet, it's Binance chain. Mexi, KuCoin, how much is the volume? KuCoin, DMTR. Let's have a look at it quickly. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow because I can actually have a look at the project as well. Look at the volume of that impulse. Look at that impulse. Bam. Look at that. Volume is going really bearish, and then booyaka. Booyaka. Very impulsive. All right, I have to have a look at this tomorrow. This actually looks really nice, to be honest with you. That volume was really nice. Beginning of January last year, and the price is trading higher than that volume. So basically what happened is that someone started to sell and they bought right back in. Probably the people who launched the project found support of the value area high last year in December. Had a little bit of an impulse. Yeah. How far up could we go? 10,000%? Probably not 10,000. Have a look at this tomorrow. Because I need to take some time. Moving averages are flat. Look, that's really nice. Look, that's really nice. You're basically buying on a convergence of the moving averages. That's a bullish reversal candle on a monthly. Look, bullish engulfing. It's holding support. Yeah. It's looking really good. Yeah, have a look at it tomorrow. Alright. Sorry it's a short stream, guys. I'm pretty exhausted. Tomorrow, I would think I would do it. Sometime during the day. Probably early afternoon. All right, take care. Have a good day, guys.